So welcome back to Fred in a Very Hot Shed, and today will probably be the final video that I shall do on this bloody awful PLT noise. And I'm pretty sure it is a PLT noise. So I've got an opportunity, I've got everyone out of the house, which is quite rare. I've got an opportunity to do a dark test. What I mean by that is I've currently got the radio wired up to a car battery, so I'm completely off the mains, and I'm able to switch off the main supply in my house. Now this will hopefully prove, well, one or two things. If I switch off the main consumer unit in my house and that interference disappears, that will prove that interference, whether it's coming through the mains and my antenna's picking it up, or whether it's actually something in my house, it will prove that it's something in my house, and there's not a chance. I have a chance of them finding it, tracking it down and solving it, and that would be absolutely brilliant. If this is what I suspect, and if this is a PLT noise. Right, sorry, where was I? My car alarm went off. I've left the windows open and that all went wrong. What was I saying? Yes, if this is what I suspect it is, and this is a PLT noise, what I mean is a power line transmission noise. And what that is one of my neighbours is most likely using Wi-Fi extenders plugged into their ring main on their house, and that is sending that interference along not only their electrical system, but because all of the houses in the road are connected by a PME earthing system, which basically means that all of the neutral supplies to the houses are jointly connected to an earth. This interference is then feeding back, and it's continuing along the phase or the loop of probably every house on one side of the road. And that's why that when I went out and I checked on the previous video and I came to a lamppost, the lamppost on one side of the road was very, very loud with PLT, and the lamppost on the other side wasn't, because it's more likely that this particular loop on my side of the road is where the PLT is coming from. Now if that's the case, and I honestly think that's what it's going to be, there's very little I can do about it. I can't go and knock on everybody's door and ask them to switch off their Wi-Fi extender. It just brings attention to my antenna, and I've been really, really lucky, and people probably get arsy about it, and I just don't want to kind of stir up a hornet's nest. So I've got a suspicion that if I'm going to switch off my own consumer unit, it's not going to make any difference. Hopefully it will, but I have a feeling it won't. But that's what we're going to be doing today. Now what I shall do, I think, when I set the video up, it does help if I switch on the wrong right power supply. So you can see there, that's showing 13.8 volts. That's my little power supply that I made. And when I set the camera up, darn, car alarm went off again. So as I'm saying, when you watch the video, when you see that little display go off, then you know that the consumer unit is switched off. I've switched the mains off, and then when you listen out for that interference, and hopefully if we get a miracle, it will disappear. What I'll do is I'll use two cameras, and I'll simultaneously record at the same time. I'll take the Texan out to the consumer unit, and then I can sort of test the consumer unit almost like live, if you like, with the Texan. As I say, if that PLT noise is being transferred around the sort of phased loop of the houses, when I switch my power unit, my supply, it'll make no difference, because it's still going to be generating that noise. So that's what we're going to do. And right, the next bit, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. When that goes off, you'll know my power's off. Right, so here we go. I won't be able to show this in camera. Just keep a listen out for that PLT crackling noise. And there we go up here, I'm going to switch the power off. It's made no difference, has it? I'll turn the power back on again. And you get a build-up of static, as you'd expect, being close to the electrical circuit here, but yeah, that made no difference. So I have to play back the video now that I did in the shack. And we'll have a see what we shall see, and yeah, see how it goes. But that was no difference at all. just what I thought would happen, to be honest. And there we go. It's as I expected. So that noise, whether it be RF or PLT, is not coming from anything in my house. So it is something that's being generated outside the house. And I think I'm pretty screwed with it, to be honest. That's about as far as I can really go on these videos. If I ever find the source of it, or it ever stops, and obviously I'll make another video, but that's pretty much about it. And unfortunately the noise blanker on these little 10-meter radios are just not designed to cope with that amount of noise. Noise blankers on the HF radios that I've got, especially the Yaesu 450 and the Alinco SR8, they can cope with it a lot better. So it is possible to screen out pretty much 90% of that noise with a noise blanket on a HF radio, and that's another kind of argument maybe for receive on a HF radio as opposed to a CB type radio. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'd say there's not much else I can really do. I'm not going to replace the antenna at this stage. I might make a little air choke on the coax, but this is so severe. You know, if it was slight, I think I might be able to tune it out, but this is so severe that I don't think there's really much I can do with the 6900 and the 9900. It's a shame, but that seems to be how it is. I don't know, I hope these videos may have been useful to somebody. I mean, you've sort of seen me do my best, but as for now, I won't make any more videos. If I find a solution, I'll definitely let you know. But unfortunately, home base, QRM, PLT noise, you're stuck with it. You're surrounded by houses, and of course other people have made videos, haven't they, of showing me pretty much the same noise, not as severe as this, all around the world, really. Switzerland, we had one from the French Alps. In this country, as I've seen one or two videos that basically have got the same noise. So it could be atmospherics, it could be the solar flares that they're saying, but this is quite severe. This is quite local to my area. But there you go. Sorry I couldn't cure it. I was hopeful that I might be able to cure it. I'd make a much better video, but that's how it goes sometimes. You know, just that's how it is. There's the old thumbs up. Please stay safe. It's dangerous times at the moment. And yeah, that's it from Fred in a hot shed. I'd like to thank you for watching the video and stay safe. Catch you all on the next one. Cheers, guys.